fast kicks, fast hands. So hands where you can't even see, and you just launched your attack from nowhere.
If you want to be able to punch like this, then watch this video. So hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to train this technique. This is essentially a lead punch from the neutral position, where you punch suddenly, non-telegraphic, very fast, and you surprise probably every opponent. So what I show you today, I can show you the stuff, but you have still to train by yourself and do that. There's no way around it. So as you can see, the technique is, it's like from the neutral position. And if the guy comes in, so you punch suddenly from that stance, okay? So there's no on guard, so you don't start in the on guard, but you essentially end up in the on guard. Just in case something goes wrong, for example, you punch him and he swings back, and then you can use your front kick, maybe side kick, whatever. But the punch itself is actually aimed towards to end the fight, right? The first thing what you want to do is learn the path of the hand, okay? So because in this case, you don't punch from here, like from the on guard, where you punch from the on guard ready position. You punch from the low position. What you want to essentially learn is how to start the hand and end the technique. The most mistakes people are doing is they bring the hand in the on guard and then they punch. So they essentially do two moves, like one move and second move. These are not two moves. As you go forward, so you see that the hand moves like this, but you don't keep it straight. You bend it, and on the way, you straighten it out into the target. So this is essentially what the hand does. Then you can bring it back into the on guard. So you want to practice this movement. Okay, forget the body, forget the hip. In this case, with this exercise, forget the step. You just practice the hand. Okay. And go slow, boom, and here. The reason why you don't bring it up and punch then, because you react to his movement. If he comes forward and you bring it up and punch then, it may be too late. So what you want to do, he comes forward and you want to punch immediately. Now, even if he does that fast, you can stop him. So you see, you go like here, boom, there you go. The second thing, what you want to practice is using the hip. It's essentially the same exercise. You use the same hand technique, but the difference is that then you just turn your hip just right before the impact, okay? So you're here and then turn the hip. You can also stand more straight, because also more in line, because you would use the hip as you fall into the stance. So you can practice it as well from here. Not so much like from here, because you would twist all the way. There you go. So you see, nothing happens, then you bring the hip in. Nothing happens, bring the hip in. So one exercise is just hand. It doesn't matter how you stand there. Okay, when you train the hip, you go more in line, so you can turn actually the hip in. The next thing is you want to train to fall into the stance. There are multiple possibilities how you can do that. You can do it like falling in the stance, like by not moving forward, or by moving forward with shifting the left leg, or without the shifting the left leg. How you can practice that is actually falling into the stance. So you go from here, you shift your heel up, and you push yourself into the stance, okay? Like here and here. The other one is you shift your leg like behind under you, and you go into the stance. So from here, okay? And you can even just fall like this into the stance, okay? Then you do the same just with the hand. As you fall into the stance, you don't just fall into the stance, but to use this punch, okay? That's the one. The other one is shifting and going forward, shifting and going forward. So make sure to keep your weight more on the front leg. So you stand to your opponent like 45 degrees angle, okay? With the right leg forward or strong side forward. And you go here and punch. And the other one is where you don't move forward. In this case, you would do that if you maybe react too late or you saw him too late. Maybe you were distracted by something else. You practice that in a closer distance where you hear and you just fall into the stance and punch at the same time. This is how you do that, right? So imagine he comes in and you punch the guy. And you should practice that all the time. When you start your training, you can practice that. I like to start my training with these exercises. I use them to warm myself up. This is how you can achieve that. So the other thing is how you can achieve more explosiveness and speed is by essentially using weights or rubber bands. So here we have a rubber band, which you can use for your hand, okay? So the most explosive and the fastest thing that's actually moving with a technique like that is your hand, okay? So you can either attach the rubber band somewhere in behind, or you can hold it like here and practice like punching with resistance. So you can, this is pretty heavy rubber band. You can use lighter ones where you can do more reps and you train more for speed, or you train here like more for strength. But also if you use rubber bands that are heavy, but you try to move as fast as possible, which is still going to be slow, you can still train fast twitch fibers, okay? And then you can use weights. So imagine this is a weight where you hold your weight. So don't go too crazy, too heavy. I use like 2 pounds or 1 kilo. And you can use the same exercises I showed you, okay, just here with the weight. You have to accelerate additional weight, which is essentially a resistance. So if you train your muscles to do that with the weight and you get faster with that, then you're gonna essentially also get faster without the weight. So another thing is not everybody can get to the same speed, okay? But you can definitely get faster than you are today. So guys, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.